And scene. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Josh. This is the Gaming Joy channel, and my apologies. I actually forgot to hit the go live button. So I've been sitting here waiting for that timer to go down, but you didn't see it. I'm really sorry. We're back here on Sino, and we are getting ready for the next step of our challenge. So what are we doing tonight? We're listening to some really loud cicadas is what we're doing. Before we continue, let me double check that I have to accept the contracts. So I did those cultivating contracts and finished them off. Now there's some plowing contracts open, and I think I'm actually gonna try one of them just to see if it takes forever. I'm not gonna dig at a lot of them, but I'm gonna see how long one digs. But let's go to the next day because it's already late at night, and we will see what happens. But welcome in, everybody. I see Ronnie in the chat. First off, good job, Ronnie. Model Houseman, thank you very much for being here. And Jay Meister, welcome in. Thanks for being here. It is raining in this game, and there's not really much to do in the rain, but you know what? It's fall. It's just really weird to see fall colors and then look up at the top in the top right and see the calendar say that it's May. That's just weird. This calendar is really messing with my head. It just really is. But anyways, I'm doing good. Hey, Nuclear Salmon, I see you jumping in the chat. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. We are going to continue on with our survival series. We're just kind of doing some chores, trying to make some money. We do have a goal in mind. And that goal, if we look at our map, our goal is this main farm here. So we own this plot right here. What we want to own is this plot right here, which is the main farm, because then we don't have to live in a tent anymore, and we get one field with it, and there's some cool stuff that I really want to get into because there's a production, like a orange grove here, orange and bananas, and there's a fish pond here, and there's a house. It's all kinds of cool stuff. So I want to get into that house, but we're gonna need some money. So I'm gonna continue doing some contracts and just kind of building up, because once I get through the first year, then I can start using bigger tractors. For now, we got to go with the small stuff. So let's do two things. Number one, let's get ourselves a contract. Now we have lots of plowing contracts. Field 26. Where are these fields? I want something close by. Let's do field 2. We'll see if that's a mistake, but I'm going to go ahead and do field 2. 18 grand contract. Accept contract. Gosh, I know this is a mistake. I really do. I know it's a mistake. Accept contract. All right. So that means we have to buy a plow. We don't own a plow. We can't lease plows in this series, which means we have to buy one. And we have enough money for the plow, except for the plow that I want isn't even here. Oh my gosh. What has happened? All right. So let's go ahead and save. I forgot to click the button. Oh, thanks for dropping in, Rank, and thanks for dropping in and saying hi quick. Thanks for being here. And thanks for dropping a like on that like button. Greatly appreciated. And understand if you can't stay. It's totally cool. I actually can't even stay in the game. I have to exit out to go into my career, go in here, and I have to pick the plow that I wanted to use. I made a minor edit to an existing plow because I wanted to use a different plow. Welcome in, Kobe and Towboat. Thanks for being here, folks. Happy to see you here. Towboat, I named a field after you. Next episode, I think you'll see it. Or did I already show that off? I might have. I don't know. Too much going on and not enough time to remember. But anyways, thanks. This is the wonderful loading screen for Sino Farm. Welcome in. How is everybody? It's been a crazy week here. I'm still searching for a job. Had a couple good interviews, a couple not so great interviews. Job market right now sucks, but that's okay. I'm trying to keep my head up and keep going. But we'll keep looking. We'll try to find something new. In the meantime, I have got a little bit of time to record, and so I put out a new episode a couple of days ago. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely go watch it. A new episode of the Calmland series. I know I'm really far behind, and most other people have finished it, but I really only have time to do one episode per week. So I haven't done very many episodes. Too bad. Sorry. We're going to come in here and we're going to get... Where is it? Here it is. The Case 55 chisel plow. Now, only thing I did to edit this is to make it colorable because my name is Josh and this is my channel. So I'm going to make it colorable. Damn it. And so we're going to make the plow John Deere or Ford colors. Give it a little bit more speed. I don't think we're actually going to get that speed, but we'll try. And then we're going to do, we want spikes, chisels, or chisels modern. No, I like the chisels modern. That one looks fancy. We're going to get that one. And buy. That's 12 grand for a plow. That's not that bad. Now we can find out whether or not... Did I get the plow? I did. Now we can find out whether or not this tractor will pull that plow. That I actually tested and it does work. Sort of. The downside is with the extra width of this plow, I'm going to run into this traffic a lot. So I think we're going to do the fun way of doing it and drive off the side of the road. So I'm going to, if I need to, I'm just going to veer into the grass or into other farmers' fields because, yeah, I don't feel like getting a trailer to trail a plow. That doesn't make sense to me. But welcome in, everybody. How's it going? I've spent a 6-7 hours today. I can't tell you how hard it is to build UI for this game. So, like, what I do for a living, I'm a UI engineer. I build UI for a living. That's what I do. But I do that all on the web. So HTML and all that kind of stuff, right? HTML and CSS. And I know how that works backwards and forwards. I've been doing it all my life. But then I try to do the same thing. And like I'm trying to translate in my head between UI in the game, in like game UI, and my own web UI, and they're just not the same, which is unfortunate. Hey, look, there's a puddle in that field. That's pretty cool. Never seen that. But yeah, it's just unfortunate because they don't match up, and that annoys me to no end because the things that I want to work just don't work, and so I'm still like struggling hard trying to figure out how to just render a menu in the game. So of course I want to render my menu here. I want to have a menu that opens up like this. I want to have something like that and have it work. And it's just baffling me. It's so hard. I just don't get it. But that's okay. I will figure it out. I promise. It will eventually get there. And I think this is part of field 2. So let's see here. Right here. Let's check our contract because I don't know. I haven't done a plowing contract on this map yet, so this is all this color, which means this is all field 2. So we're going to start off by doing this little teeny tiny field. It's already causing me pain. I swear I tested this. You know, maybe it's in the wrong gear. There we go. I don't know what it was doing. I think I was just in the wrong gear. If I get into 4th gear, I'm good. I could do a good, like, 11 kilometers an hour, which isn't bad, as long as I stay in 4th gear. Tobos asks, how was my day? My day was average, I guess. I had what I feel was a pretty good interview earlier this morning, so I'm in a good mood. I'm really sorry for ducking out of last week's stream. Literally the morning of the stream, I got notified from, I think, 3 or 4 companies all in the same day that they were going to pass. And they didn't want me for their team, whatever, their loss. But it threw me for a loop, as you might imagine. When you're hiring and interviewing for the software industry, for this tech industry that I'm in, it's all about getting in with the team, and like the current marketplace is like you don't just like interview with one company and you get the job. Like I'm currently interviewing with like 5 or 6 companies, hoping that something pans out. It's not like you go after the job you want and then you either get it or you don't. It's more of like, I'm going after anything that'll kind of work for me, which is a bummer to do, right? Because you don't want to like put all your focus in multiple places, but that's just the way this industry is. And that's just the way, unfortunately, I have to approach it. But last week was killer because I got multiple companies all telling me at the same time, no, we don't want you. We're going to go with a different candidate. And that's just, it's a tough pill to swallow. Welcome in, 5Gen. Thank you for coming in, and welcome back, Ronnie. Thanks for being here. And thanks for being the first to jump in, probably when I posted the stream. But welcome in. It was funny because I went in last week to take the screenshot for the stream, and I was almost ready to like, I'll just stream and see how it goes. And then I got into the game and it was raining for like 2 days in a row. And I'm like, I can't do this. Like the rain is what set me off. And I just couldn't like bear to, for whatever reason, I couldn't bear to deal with this stuff in the rain. I just couldn't do it. So today, this map, Ronnie, this is unfortunately not a console map. This is Sino Farm, S-I-N-O. This map is a South American map by Mineiros modding. I think I'm saying that name right. I could be relatively close. But you look at the PDA here. It's a very interesting map. It's got not too many fields, but you think like this field right here, field 19, is actually like 7 pieces. They're separated by roads. And so you get these like contracts like the one I'm on that are, split between multiple fields. And so the contracts are actually very profitable, but they take a long time. We ended the last episode 2 weeks ago with doing these 2 fields, field 6 and field 9, as a cultivating contract, which I finished up off stream, and it wasn't too bad, but it did take me like almost 2 hours to finish up because I'm obviously running at 100 horsepower and I don't have very many skills yet. So I had to just kind of do things at the lower end of the spectrum, which means it took a long time. But that's it. That's okay. I don't mind it. And it kind of gives me a chance to explore the map. If you are interested, Ronnie, I'll happily send you a link to this map. Or if you'd really want, if you can post on my Discord a copy of my edit to this map. Because I've significantly changed, modified, and updated this map from its original version. It doesn't look almost at all like the original version. It's changed. I mean, it looks like the original version, but there's a lot of stuff that was changed, such as the stuff that I always change, like the grass and some of the textures, and I fixed some fields, and I added like this whole area up here was just an empty area, and I put some stuff there. But yeah, it's a fun map. I love the look of it. I love this fall time. It looks really nice on this map. They did a really great job decorating this map and making it look nice seasonally. I am leaving the plow down as I turn the corner because because I want to maintain that speed that I have If I lift the plow up and then put it back down, it drops my speed. Which 4X map are you on, Ronnie? I would like to know. I'm very interested. I have a couple 4X maps that I have played, and I do have one that I would like to play again soon. But kind of do my own spin on... Wow, I'm missing everything. So much for maintaining my speed, huh? It probably won't matter, but I'm a stickler for doing it right, I guess. What 4X map are you on? While we wait for Ronnie to answer, speaking of maps, apparently everyone is loving Poor Boy's new map, which I had a small hand in. I didn't actually do anything. I gave Poor Boy access to a grass texture, or a set of grass textures that I created, and he incorporated them into his map. So if you guys have played on Deadwood, I definitely go play Deadwood, give him a 5-star rating, and check out the prairie grass. That prairie grass is actually my creation, and the part of that creation that is mine is everything to do with that grass, including the fact that when you mow it, it automatically turns into hay. Bruce has been demoing the prairie grass on his live stream for a couple weeks now, when everyone seems to be really liking it now that it's actually out. And then the secondary grass that he actually has on on his map, the non-tall grass, the shorter prairie grass, is what he has painted around the map as just meadow. And so he's using the prairie grass, the shorter prairie grass, as his meadow. And the combination of those two gives his map a very unique look. And they kind of looked good together, so, which is the whole intention of how I created it. So I hope everyone enjoys that. And if anyone else here is actually building a map and wants to include that prairie grass in your own map, definitely DM me on Discord and let me know. And I will be happy to send you the files and instructions on how to do that. It's actually not hard at all. And I'm going to be working with Poor Boy. Poor Boy did a tutorial video on how to do it. I'm probably going to do my own tutorial video on how to add it to a map, just because I have a slightly different way of explaining things than he does. And maybe between the two, everyone will be able to understand how to do it. I did see your comment, Towboat. Any mod questions, feel free to reach out. And speaking of mod questions, one of the things I've been racking my brain, and if you guys have noticed, I'm actually almost at the first YouTube goal for subscription level, membership level stuff. So the first goal for YouTube in their monetization scheme is memberships, and that is at 500 subscribers, and I'm at like 497, only like 3 away. And so once I hit that goal, I'm going to be opening up memberships, and I've been kind of racking my brain as far as what I can do that isn't the same thing everyone else is doing, because I always like to be a little bit different. But what can I do? What service can I provide that is unique to me? And one thing I'm going to be doing is, for members, I'm going to start doing a members only for the memberships. We're going to try to do a once a month or so members only live stream or recorded session of learning something about modding. So I'm going to start pulling on my teacher hat and teach everyone how I approach modding from multiple different perspectives, whether it's making a new mod, whether it is making a map, whether it is just fixing something on a map that you think is silly and annoying and you can't stand it and it's just driving you nuts. How to fix just about anything. And so I'll be opening up that concept and idea for membership requests. So the members will be able to vote on it. And then when we get a good topic, we'll probably publish that on the YouTube channel separate. But initially, it'll just be members only. So everyone who's interested in modding or interested in supporting the channel, feel free to join once that's available. Right now, I'm at the mercy of YouTube, and we'll see when and if not only I hit that 500 subscribers, but I also get approved. Because it is a two-step process. So we're 30% completed. That's not bad. This is slow, honestly, and I'm sorry, it is slow. But there's not really much else to do, honestly. Our silage is not yet ready to sell. It's going to be ready, I think, later today. But I don't think it's ready yet. And then once it's ready, we can start selling silage, which is great. Because we get to spend more time with the front loader. Yay! No, actually, that's good. Because the more time we spend with the front loader, the quicker we get to our skill up with the front loader and be able to actually get a real loader of some kind, whether that's a skid steer or otherwise. I'm looking for a wheel loader sooner than later just because they have the biggest capacities and the ability to lift up the most stuff. Why am I in third gear? The gearing on this tractor is so weird. It really is. Like, sometimes it works good in first, sometimes it works good in fourth. It just can't make a decision. Like, how am I going 11 kilometers an hour in first? But then when I go to second, it can't make its up its mind. So one of the things I changed for this map, you guys have probably noticed, is this, which is the flowers here for the meadow. The meadow on this map is custom. It's something that I grabbed from another map and then further customized to make it way better than it was. But this is a custom meadow, which I think works really good with these like FS19 textures. Like this kind of tropical weeds, which are an FS19 in the FS19 support folder. But I think the two look really great together. Yes, I'm looking for that level up. I can't wait to upgrade and get a bigger tractor. Something with just a little bit more power. Especially driving back and forth on this map. It's a real struggle to do it at, you know, the max speed of this tractor, which is not very fast. And I end up like dropping to a crawl on hills, even little hills like this, because it's too much. So Ronnie says Rambaugh's Road, and it's a 4X map. So Rambaugh's Road, so the story behind Rambaugh's Road is Rambaugh's Road was released on ModHub for all platforms, but it didn't have 4X in the title. And initially it was released for all platforms. So a few lucky people like Ronnie were able to download it onto their console before it was pulled from consoles. But that means that Ronnie can never delete that from his PS5, or else he'll lose it because he won't ever be able to download it again. Which is a bummer because it's an okay map. It's not a great map. It's an okay map. It's okay. But it is a 4X map on a console, and it's further proof, honestly. Giants doesn't see it this way, but it's further proof that yes, you can play a 4X on console. And Ronnie and a few other very lucky people are the only ones in the FS community that have a 4X on their consoles. But hopefully, I'm hoping with the next release that they actually get to allowing 4X on console, finally. Look at this. I'm doing like the two smaller parts of the field, and I still have this massive thing to do. This is going to take forever. I should start doing some, at least straight lines. Because right now I'm just kind of like, I'm wasting a lot of effort by plowing the same pieces over and over as I go around corners and stuff. What is that? Do you guys see that? Right in front of me, there's like a silo building with a fill trigger. What is that? I don't even know what that is. What is that? This is the Fabrica de Rosal, whatever that means. I don't know. It's something. Maybe that's where you buy lime. I mean, those look like silage things, right? Let's look on the thing. What is Fabrica de Rau selling? Are they selling silage? No. They're not selling cake. Wood chips? No. Fertilizer? Lime? No. Whoops, I drove off the map. No, Ronnie, actually I don't. I just know that you have it and that you got it during that like short window. Because I think you've mentioned it in Bruce's streams a couple times. And you and I are always in Bruce's streams. So I just knew it because we've talked about it before. But I have heard that that's one of the few maps that have come out on console just because of Giants' mistake, essentially. Now, the question here is this plowing contract for 18 grand worth it? I don't think it is. Because even with the fact that I have a 5 meter plow, is this 5 meter? Yeah, it would have been on all platforms. Even though this is a 5 meter plow, 5.4 meters, it's still slow, which is, you know, plowing. Plowing is a slow process. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I hit a button. Oh, look at that. I've never noticed that. There's a temperature gauge in my thing, my speedometer. I've never noticed that before. Who added that? It wasn't me. Oh, bummer. Yes, Benji. Yeah. I bet it would have been hard to play on a PS4 just because the power requirements and processor requirements of a 4X map are so strong. Like, even for me, I can play 4X maps perfectly fine on like a 1080p setting, so 1920 by 1080. I can play pretty good without too much lag. But if I hook it up, like right now, I'm streaming on a 4K monitor, playing at 4K resolution. I can't play most 4x maps at that resolution. I can play some of them, but there are quite a few that I can't play at that resolution, just because the performance hit of the maps. Middleburg I can play at that resolution, but there was like at least one 4x map that I played recently, which was like I don't even remember the name of it. It was an Alpine-ish map, but it was a 4x Alpine map. It's a really, really beautiful map. And I really wanted to play it, but then when I tried to play it, it just like lagged my system down to like, 10 to 12 frames per second, which, if you're, in my mind, is unplayable. There's kind of lines here. I'm gonna go here. Oh, whoops. Out of habit, I keep clicking the GPS button. So for 4x maps, I actually really enjoy Middleburg, and I did my own edit on the Westby, which is a 4x map. I did an edit on Westby that I'm actually a little bit entertained to play. I want to do like my typical start from nothing on Westby, and see how fast I can take to level up. Maybe I'll do a survival challenge on there, but I probably won't. It's a 4x map. The one benefit Westby has is there's lots and lots of contracts and lots of field, being a 4x map. So even if you like all you do is fertilizer contracts, you can make some pretty good money pretty quickly. Oh really? That's awesome. It's surprising to know that you could play a 4x map on a PS5, a PS4. It's good news though. It's good news for the future of farm sim. I really think they should be opening these things up to everyone. I think once I finish Middleburg and I finish what's it called? I can't even remember now. Finish Calmlands, I'm probably going to go to one series active at a time. And I'm probably going to do the 80s series. I'm probably not going to do recorded challenges anymore. Except for the ones I've already started. I have one that I have to finish, and I'm probably going to switch over to doing tutorials. I've got a bug in my head to do those kind of learning, teaching tutorials, and I really want to focus on that as I move forward in the content that I'm producing. Oh, congrats, Charles. Getting a PS5 is, I think these days it's a matter of money. Whereas initially, wasn't it a matter of like availability? Like there was something to do with if I remember correctly, there was something initially with the PS5s where they just weren't available everywhere. Is that right? I don't really remember. I don't own a PS anything. Actually, that's not true. I own a PS2. And I played the PS2 with the hard drive attachment. And I used to play an MMO on that machine, and I played it to death. But I think I still have it somewhere. But congrats on being able to get a PS5. That's they're expensive, honestly. Still. Alright, while this guy chugs through this really, really slow thing, just to break things up, I'm going to look at the other contracts to see if there's anything else we can do that isn't super ridiculously slow. So we have harvesting contracts, but we don't have a harvester. There's no fertilizing contracts because I think I've done them all. I could have sworn I added the lime contract thing to this game save, but I guess I didn't because there's no lime contracts either. What are you doing? Gosh. Like, this 100 horsepower limit right now is so painful to me personally. Just because I can't stand the manual transmission moving so slow. I should just go out and buy like a 100 horsepower rigid track and use that for everything, because that would move so much faster and do things so much better. I actually have Farm Sim on both a PC and a Mac. It's really weird playing it on a Mac because the keys are a little bit different. Not much, just a little bit. But I actually have it on a Mac. If you guys have seen my Calmland series, cameraman Josh, he plays on a Mac. When is this rain ever going to stop? Okay, I'm going to speed up time because I'm tired of the rain. I feel like this song is looping. Hold on one second. Oh no, it's just an 8-minute song. Come on, buddy. I'm going to check one thing. Let's see if I updated it. One thing I like to do for South America maps is... Yes, I did. I did update it. So if you look, grass and technically meadow are year-round on South America maps. Technically, you're in South America. There's no snow. So why wouldn't grass be year-round? That's one thing that I don't get that South American map makers do. Like the whole knockback due to winter thing that the US-based maps do makes sense because the grass does get knocked back for winter. And there are seasons in which it doesn't grow. But on a South America map, that doesn't make sense. Like, there's grass all the time. So that's one other change I made to this map, was updating grass to be year-round. Which technically makes grass and silage a little bit more profitable, if you think about it. Wow. This is amazing. This is so slow. Oh, let's double check the audio here, folks. Oh my goodness. There we go. I'm gonna turn my audio down just a little. There we go. Is that better? Oh God, this guy's so slow. Whose idea was it to do this silly challenge? Seriously. Well, I am the world's most detail-oriented contract plower, I guess. I mean, I could technically lower the size of this thing to take off a couple of the chisel shanks. Maybe get a little bit of a speed boost, but... I don't know, we'll try that in a second. See if it's worth it. Here we go. I'm going to do some in-field maintenance on this machine. And take it down a little bit. See if it can go a little faster. It's not really much. I just took off one set of shanks. I was plowing for 24 miles an hour for a little bit there. Yep. Not really much of a benefit. Oh my gosh. Let's check the store, see what's on sale. Because I could go to 125 if I found a tractor that had a good at 125. It goes up to 100. This one goes up to 150. I don't remember whether this is any good. Tell me there's a 120. Oh, there's 123. 44 grand. Is it worth it? Just to go up 25 horsepower? Oh, see, now we're cruising along at 14, which is the speed that I set. That's not bad. I'll stay there. So I want to know how many people who are watching right now either want to learn how to mod things or do currently try or actually do modding of any kind. I'd love a poll. Raise your hand. Post a thumbs up in the chat if you have a desire to learn modding, and post a thumbs down in the chat if you don't care or can't. I'd love to know from the people who are in chat. Thumbs up if you do, thumbs down if you don't care. As I start thinking about kind of what content I want to produce, I go back to like when I started modding and like the first things that I made and how they affected like my gameplay or how I enjoyed playing the game. And I think the one thing that kind of, I don't know if you want to call it a benefit, just the way I look at things, but the one thing I think I can bring to the table, I guess, if that makes any sense, is something that someone brought up today. I help out in a bunch of forums, and I was helping somebody out in, I think it was Scroff's server, and someone complimented me because I took the time to actually not just explain something, but not just like somebody saying, how do I do this? And so I took the time to, you know, because I'm helpful like that. I took the time to actually explain start to finish how to do it, but then also why. Like, or what it means, or what all the weird terms and technical jargon means and what it means to that person. Oh, okay, Ronnie, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for being here. I greatly appreciate the support, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Particularly maps for Charles. Charles wants to learn maps. I want to learn how to do maps too, Charles. No, that's not true. I know how to edit maps, but I've never taken the time to create a map from scratch. I have a couple really good ideas for maps. I've just never taken the time to do it. I had this really good idea. I'll tell you about one of my favorite ideas. Yeah, so there's a place that's near me, right near where I live, called Terminus. I swear the town's called Terminus, or something like that. And maybe that's from a video game, but I swear it's called Terminus. Anyways, it's a farming town, and it's basically this town is the center of like tons and tons and tons of farming in the California Delta. Surrounded by fields. It's just nothing but fields. And when you do like a DEM map, which is basically when you're taking like real life satellite data to define how your map looks, the shape of the fields and stuff, you have to like pick a square, right? Where you're thinking, oh, do I do this square, or do I do this square, or do I do this square, right? And you pick the size of the square based on the size of the map you want to create. So if you create a 1x map, you 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers. If you're doing a 4x map, it's 8 kilometers by 8 kilometers, or 4 kilometers by 4 kilometers. Hey Rusty, how's it going? Welcome in. And so this place called Terminus it's like the epicenter of the whole area. And so I had this crazy idea of making like how do I say this? Making a single map download that's actually multiple maps. And what I mean by that is a single map that if you look at it from like a normal map size perspective, it would be normal map size. And the town is in the middle. But then if you go out at a 4x or 9x size, that same map is still in the middle and you just have more fields to play with. And maybe more productions or whatever, right? And so to have a single download with multiple versions of the same map, same fields, same crops, all of the work that goes into making a map, but just each one is slightly bigger. So instead of playing a 4x map that's completely different, you're playing, you're doing both. And so I had this idea to do that. And then since I've had that idea, actually there's a map that came out with it. So if you look at Backroads County, I forget who makes that map. I know Bruce loves that map. But Backroads County has both a regular size version and a 4x size version. And the regular size version is basically the center of the 4x version. They just made more fields around it. I think somebody did that for Elm Creek too. They did that for Erlengrat. But my idea was to do and go really big. And to do a 1x map in the center. And then go to 9x. Right? And then go to 25x. Right? So 9 standard size maps and then 25 standard size maps, right? And so all in the same map file, or they could be separate downloads, whatever. But essentially they'd be the same map, just the bigger maps would have more stuff. Right? That sounds fun. And in my mind, that sounds like a really cool idea. If I ever get around to it. 76%. We're doing real good. I don't understand how this much left. I still have 76%. But that's the way it is. That's the way the donut crumbles. Right, Rusty? Hey, I pressed down. But the benefit of it, and also using a dem map and using a real life location, is not only that it's already a farming area, which is great, but it's also like, you know, not very far from my house, like a 30-minute ride or something. So I could go out and look at it and take pictures and all that kind of stuff. I could do that. I don't know if I will, but I could, potentially. Oh my god, this is so slow. Oops, I missed. Wow, I'm amazing at this game. Why am I going so slow right now? This tractor gets stuck in that like third gear realm and doesn't know what to do. But that was my idea. Well, one of my ideas that I have with maps. And of course, all of my ideas for maps are going to go is to do things in a little bit of a different way. Like, I don't just want to make a regular everyday map. All right, Rank, thanks for being here. See you in a few. I had this other idea to do survival maps. Because, right, we do the survival start, and a lot of people love that survival aspect where you're starting with nothing and you have no fields, no farms, no nothing, and you gotta cut down trees and start your life. And I wanted to, like, lean into that and create quarter-size maps. So basically 1/4 of a standard size map. It's possible. And kind of like an escape room, right? Where your goal is to, you have a goal, right? Whatever that is. But do it like an escape room, or do it like something small, so it's a short-term project, right? And then to be able to... I've actually figured that out, PCS World. Mostly. A short-term project to do that and make that. I figured out a way to do that, which is making the smaller survival maps. And so you, like, have a map that's, like, called, I don't know, the lake. You'd have a lake like this. You'd have some land around the lake. And then you'd have, like, a single sell point that's a sell everything sell point, and you just do whatever you want. And that's it. But since you're not and then you can play in multiple modes, and maybe in new farmer mode, if you play in new farmer mode, you own the entire map. So it's super easy. You own the entire map, and you get minimal equipment, but you have enough equipment to get started. And maybe in farm manager mode, you don't have any, you still have equipment, but you don't own the whole map. And then maybe in start from scratch, no equipment, no land, you have to literally start from scratch. But like doing that setup to make that thing happen, I think would be a lot of fun. I think it would be really cool. Now, PCS World says something that I sort of talked about because I was in the middle of talking up something else, but the ability to add any crop to any map. Now, Giants figured this out. Right? They have figured this out. And they haven't really shared on how to do it yet. But it is possible to add any crop to any map. Because we can get red beets and parsley and, or what is it? Red beets and parsnips and carrots. They just add to any map. Giants figured it out. They've set up their system to handle it, but no one has taken advantage of it yet. So I'm a little curious about why. But PCS World, yes, I would love to learn how to do that too. I don't know if it can be done. If it can, I'll teach you. I'll figure it out. I would love to be able to have a mod, and I actually have a mod that's 90% done that does exactly that. It takes a crop from a map that you can only get on that map, and it just adds it in a mod. It adds that crop to any map. God, this is killing me. Somebody make this faster. How close am I to being done? 82%. But the one piece that I don't understand is in the background, behind the scenes, in Giants secret sauce land that I don't know how to do. And so I've never been able to release that crop. But I did add it and did get it to work. Sort of. But I would love to learn how to do that too. And that's the thing, like, I'm saying that I would love to learn it, but because I truly would, like, I've been telling people in my interview processes, right? I'm kind of like a penultimate, is that the right word? Penultimate learner. I'm always learning. I always want to learn new things. And when I get focused on something, whatever that is, I want to learn everything. I want to know all the things. I want to know all the answers. That's just like my personality. I want to know. And when people ask me in interviews, they're like, well, do you know such and such a language, programming language? I'm like, no. But I'll learn it. And at some level, learning a new language is just a new syntax. It's just a new set of instructions that all work the same. They all do the same things under the hood. It's just one language is slightly different than the next, you know? Alright, let's pick a line. And let's bisect this field. And let's stay on the lines of the plow lines. Let's go right here. Whoops. No. Right here. I'm going to follow the plow lines as if they're straight. Why the plow lines are 112.5 degrees, I'll never know. It's the tidbits and shortcuts that make me shine. Thank you, Ken. And welcome in. I do that in my videos, too. You guys have seen that. And that's, I think, one of the things that I think sets some of my content apart a little bit is I'm never just making a video. Not yet, at least. I'm always trying to teach or share a little bit of information in every video. Like this. This is the... You guys have recognized this plow, right? This is the International Harvester IH55 chisel plow. I have the only one that is colorable. It doesn't exist colorable anywhere outside of my computer. But making it colorable is so easy. Like, it literally took me 15 minutes. That's it. 15 minutes. And now I have fully colorable plow. And so, like, learning stuff like that, I had to learn how to do that myself. But then I can teach it, and you guys can know how to do it too. And while you might never do it, you might turn into Bruce, and who likes to tweak little numbers and stuff in things, or you might turn into Chad, who likes to change the capacities of everything to be ridiculous. Or, you know, maybe you'll make a mod and submit it to ModHub. And if I can help with that journey, that would make me smile. Yeah, PCS World. So the way I'm looking at it is, the way I envisioned it is, if you can have a single mod that would add a single crop to any map at any time, then you could just have those do that. I have an echo. Oh shoot, hold on. Echo. Oh, there it is. One sec. There you go. Sorry about that. Can I fix it? Thank you for telling me. And I just plowed the most not straight line ever. Thank you for pointing out the echo. I have 2 channels for my stream, and the microphone by default goes into both channels, which causes a slight echo because it's actually getting put into OBS twice. Sorry. But anyway, so like when you join a map, PCS, if you join a map, you can be like, oh, I want to add alfalfa. I don't want clover because that's silly to have both alfalfa and clover. And I want to add onions. Total random set of crops. Well, whatever. You could totally do that. Assuming that it works. I still have to figure out how to get it to work, but I think I found it. I think I found the answer yesterday or 2 days ago when I was trying to do something else. I also had a mod that I worked on a long time ago that I never released. I have so many mods that I never released. Just got fed up with giants. Where I can change the geo on any map at any time. So if you want a US geo and the map you're on, just use the default geo, but you want a double cropping geo, or you want Omatana's 2-day no seasons geo on any map, I can make that happen. I figured all that out. I just never released it. Yeah, that would be the next step, right? PCS would be how to actually turn off a crop. And there's two ways to do it. One would be, technically, if you remove a crop from their growth chart, then the game won't let you plant it if you have seasons turned on. If you don't have seasons on, then you should be able to plant anything at any time. But yeah, you're right. Some maps, like Michigan, you shouldn't be able to grow sugarcane. That's silly. Sugarcane's a South America thing, right? But if you can add crops, then you can obviously just remove crops also. If I could build mods full time, I could make so much cool stuff happen. I really could. If I could somehow get paid for writing mods, I have so many cool ideas that are either in progress or almost done or just need like finishing touches. I have so many cool things that are in progress. Hey, look, it's not raining anymore. Finally. Oh my goodness, finally. How are we doing? 86%. We're actually almost done with this contract. So once we're done with this contract, we'll drop the plow off probably at the store, and then we'll head down to our farm and check out our farm and see if our silage is ready. Because then once the silage is ready, we can start selling it. And I'm just going to use the loading wagon to drive through the silage clamp and use that to pick it up and deliver it. I'm not going to bother scooping it. That's too much time. I ain't got that kind of time. But then once that happens and we start selling silage, we can move forward. Give your pal some growth pills. Yeah, see, I could. You missed it, Ken. Initially, I started off with the 17 tine version, and then I took it down to 14, I think it is now, or 13, just because it was slowing down to like 6 or 7 miles an hour. And at least this version, which is just a little bit smaller, it does go a full 13 kilometers an hour. See, we're going 12 kilometers an hour. And if I just really hug that edge, try to stay in a straight line at exactly 112.5 degrees. Stupid thing. Rusty has a great question. Is an open cover button going to be a problem on a tractor or a seeder? Yes, that's true. So, the way that works, Rusty, and just so everyone understands, is some tractors have something called simple IC installed, or they have animations bound to the open cover button, such as opening the door. So they let you, if you want, for fun, roleplay, whatever, you can click open cover, which opens the door. Now, the problem is, and why that causes a problem, which is what Rusty's pointing out, is that when you have something attached to your tractor, which is how you use tractors, clicking the open cover button is going to open the door on the tractor, not open the cover on the seeder, or open the cover on, like, let's say a fertilizer spreader, right? Because those two commands conflict, and the game determines which one takes a higher priority, and in many cases, whatever's on the tractor itself by default takes the higher priority. So if the tractor has an open cover thing, then it sometimes will stop the cover from functioning properly on the seeder or the planter or fertilizer spreader, right? And but the thing is the one thing to remember, Rusty, just so you know, is it's not the seeder or planter or whatever's fault. It's not. You should be able to use any seeder or any planter with any tractor. That's kind of how the game works. And it's the tractor that's the problem. So it's not the seeder, it's not the planter, it's the tractor that's the problem. Because the tractor has bound an animation to open cover. And I know that I think you're using on No Man's Land, you're using that, what's it called? That little pickup thing, which has a bed cover, right? And which means that you're super limited on seeders and planters, which is, in my mind, just annoying. What I usually do in that situation is I'll get a different tractor, right? I'll get a different tractor and I'll open the cover and just leave it open. And then get back in the one I want to use and use it, but just leave the cover open as if it is supposed to always be open. It's like you either ruin your roleplay or you ruin your gameplay. And from my perspective, roleplay comes first. Roleplay is less important than, in most cases, than gameplay. And that's if you're on console. If you're on PC, like me, you go in and you remove that keybind, or you remove the open cover from opening the door, and you change it to a different keybind or a different way of opening the cover. Like, no, don't put it on the cover thing. That's dumb. A door is not a cover. A cover is not a door. Oh, nice. Yeah, the Fiat is frustrating because of that. Yeah, totally. Ken says he uses the Horsch Pronto 9DC. I don't think I've ever seen that one. Combo planter seeder, 15 miles an hour, 84K. 84K is a lot. Color selectable. It's not bad. In Rusty, it's not just that tractor. It's plenty of them. Like the what's the one I remember from a while back? There was a version of the I want to say there was a version of like the 1050, the Fent 1050 or 950 or whatever, the big Fent. There was a version of that that had a cover on the fuel door. And it's all platforms, but you have to open a cover to be able to get to use, to be able to fill up with fuel. And I think it was a 1050, but it was the most annoying thing. If you didn't know it was there, you're like, how do I fill up with fuel? I can't fill this damn tractor up with fuel. I had the same problem the other night. You guys have seen my Calmland series? You know that Volvo like slurry wagon? I was trying to use that, and I was trying to empty the slurry, like fill it up with digestate at the BJ and then fill it up with slurry at the cow barns, and I couldn't get it to fill. I'm like, what is going on? Why is this not filling? Is like my game broken? Am I having a mod conflict? I couldn't figure it out, and like I started like diving into code. I opened up the Volvo file and I was trying to read through it to see if there's any bugs in it or anything like that. Like I got way into it. And then I bumped the open cover button on my keyboard and it worked. And then I noticed, and I look at it, there's like a little latch thing, like a cover like this that goes when you open the cover on the back of it. So you can actually see that it's opening a cover. I didn't know. I didn't even know that was there. When I first started using it, all I was doing was using Courseplay. So Courseplay does that automatically. But I hadn't ever used it manually, so I didn't know that that feature even existed. I lost like 30 minutes of time recording, 30 minutes of good recording time, trying to figure out why I couldn't fill that damn tank. 93%, we're almost there. It was so frustrating. But yeah, that cover thing is a bit annoying. And there's a reason for it. And so the worst thing is the reason for it, and the reason we have those kind of problems with the tractor using like tension belts, like a tractor using tension belts to as the configuration for showing number panels on the side or whatever, right? The reason is that giants in their most forward thinking logic decided that tractors would never need more than 3 design configurations. Right? So in the code you have design configuration 1, 2, and 3. And you can do whatever you want with a design configuration, and it's selectable in the store. That's how you change, you know, number plates or whether or not it has what type of exhaust smokestack it has, or, you know, front loader arms or whatever, right? Those are design configurations. But the game by default only supports like 2 or 3, I forget. It's something really low. And so there's multiple mods out there that up that number to like 50 or 20 or something large and added more design configuration support. But for whatever reason, they thought you only would ever need 3. I don't know. Why would they do that? Like, why do you scale something so... I hope they up that in the next one, but I ain't counting on it. Clean or dirty? What are you talking about, Ken? I haven't cleaned this tractor yet, no. But this map, because I added it, this map now has a spray booth. And it actually kind of has a spray booth, but it didn't have a sprayer in the spray booths, which didn't make sense to me, so I added it. Here we go. We're doing good. That's one thing I wish you could see in this menu. Like, I wish you had like a Maybe not here in production chains, but like I wish you had a my farm button where you could see, like, I could see from here the status of my fermenting bunker silo, like my, what's it called? Silage clamp. I wish I could see it from here to see if it's done. I can't. I don't know why. Oh, and Model Houseman, if you're still here, I did add that mod to try to see what it does. Unfortunately, that mod doesn't track movement retroactively. So it only tracks movement from the day in which you install it. So it wouldn't make sense to do it on this tractor, because this tractor, I have no idea how far it's traveled. But it does make sense to use it on another mod, or the next time we buy a tractor. So before we buy another tractor, we'll have to install that mod that tracks distance, to see how much we're actually using this. And we could obviously install it now. I just I didn't do it on this save because I totally forgot. Exactly, Rusty. Like you can't group all parts or all customization into 3 categories and just have, say that you can have customization 1, customization 2, or customization 3, and that's it. You can't have any more. Too bad. And there's nothing in the game engine that stops you from having more. It's just they decided that 3 was enough. Like, why? It's super limiting. Just like you can't, I think the limit's 3 also for colors too. So for design materials, you have your base material, and then you have design materials. You only have design material 1, 2, and 3, I think. Unless you have that mod that adds more to it, which I think I have in every single game save because lots of mods require it. No production site. What am I looking for? Oh, 97%. Ooh, look, we're almost done. You see that? It only took an hour and a half to do 1 contract. I'm so happy that I didn't pick up a second plowing contract. Checklist done. Have you done a plowing contract? Yes. If that was a survival skill, then I achieved it. That's a good idea for a survival skill. Like the contractor. You have to do like 5 of each type of contract. 5 fertilizing contracts, 5 plowing contracts, 5 cultivating contracts. I'd have to go back and look at my videos to see how I'm doing in those. I think I've got the cultivating one done. Got the fertilizing one done. I've got the spraying one done. But we should do like some kind of survival achievement tied to a total number of unique contracts. I'm not sure what kind of benefit we'll do from it, but we'll have to do that for sure. 98%. Sweet. 1 more pass and we'll be done. And no, I'm not going to finish the field. I'm so tired of plowing at this point. Oh wait, is this the right color? Hold on. I realized the other day when I was playing this map, I forget whether it was here or on a test save, that this map has custom lighting. I don't remember whether I'm using it or not. Hold on, let's see if we're using the custom lighting. Lighting. Where's the lighting? Does anyone remember? Is it here? Trying to look for the custom lighting. There's a custom lighting setting. I don't remember where it is though. No. It's got to be here. Maybe here? Does anyone remember where the custom lighting is? I swear I saw a custom lighting setting at some point. Talk about time. The Wild West 16X, 8 hours on field 17, just a lime at 42. 8 hours to lime 42 meters? I wouldn't do it. I mean, I might let Courseplay do it and like go to sleep and then wake up the next morning and it's done. I'm not gonna do something like that. I really want to find that custom. I swear it's in here. There it is, custom lighting off. Sino farm. Here, this is the custom lighting for this farm. It's a little bit washed out. I found it. Did I finish this stupid contract yet? Yes, I did. Look at that. I finished it. Was that worth 18K? I don't think so. I don't think that was actually worth $18,000. I'll finish this line. And then the owner of this field can finish himself. I'm tired of this field. All right. And complete. Collect. Yay! We made 18 grand. And magically, the whole field is done. Leaving the office to the farm. Yeah. Learning along the way. Totally. It's kind of like what this challenge is like you're learning along the way how the game works and how to do farming. I guess. Yeah. Less than a day's work. It's 11 a.m. So basically 3 hours of game time. 3 hours of in-game time to plow to make 18K. That's good money. I mean, we're on hard economy here, so that's really good money. In real life, that would have taken like at least a whole day to do that field. So, I mean, I can complain about it all I want, but you know, I am trying to move this forward and not spend all day and this is here. I just got distracted by something. Here, check this out. This is what I like about this map. Is this right here? And how stupid is this, right? So, not only did this map decide that they should park a tractor here, but they're parking a tractor with a custom trailer. Like, I don't even know if this trailer's on modhub. And with bales. I think those bales are like actual bales on the trailer, but it's decoration. Actually, do I own these bales? No, I don't own the bales. But like they just added that little bit of extra decoration, whereas most people would just leave this area open. I love when map authors do that little bit of extra work to make something feel realistic, right? I think that breathes life into a map and makes it feel real. You know what I mean? I really enjoy that. right, let's get rid of this plow. Or just put it aside because I'm sure we'll need it. Okay, and then I'm going to look at something that I actually didn't think about, but it's probably right. So I created a field down here, this grass field, which means that grass field does need to be limed, or it needs to be fertilized. Look at that, it does actually need fertilization. So I'm going to bring my fertilizer spreader back with me so I can fertilize that field. There we go. We're going to bring this back with us. All right, let's head down to the field, check on our silage, and see how our silage is done. Or if it's done yet. I don't know if it is. Can we do an overland shortcut? I'll take the road. Oh, watch out for the tree in the road. And the international... Is that a farm mall? What is this? That's a red lizard tractor. A red lizard. I don't even know what that is. Go in cab view. For some reason, being inside the cab is quieter than being behind the cab. I think that they didn't code the in-cab sound levels properly, because technically being in cab should be the same as being out of the cab. I forgot to wash the tractor. You guys didn't remind me. What the heck? Alright, we're gonna head back to see how our silage clamp is doing and see if we can actually start selling silage. And then, if we can... Oh look, this cotton field is ready for harvest. No. I'll maybe do it next time. Maybe next time this is ready for harvest, I'll do the contract to do that. We have to actually unlock the ability to do contracts, to borrow equipment for contracts. We haven't unlocked that yet. Oh, look, in this, what is this, sorghum? Sorghum field or something like that is ready to harvest too? We don't have a harvester, so... Oh, look, our grass is... Our grass is not ready. So this is really tall grass. So this grass is not ready yet. It's almost ready. But we're going to go ahead and... fertilize the rest of our grass field while we're here. There we go, we're doing it. See, some of it was red, some of it was orange. So it looks like I came around here with one pass and then didn't finish. Seems like me. Getting distracted. Forgetting that I was doing something. Are we spreading? Yeah, we're spreading. Fantastic. We want this grass to grow the best it can because we're next harvest, we're going to do it. And so we also did fix something. And I'll show you guys what I fixed as soon as I finish spreading this fertilizer. So this whole area is really patchy because of these weeds. And we could come through and plant and seed this area, but that would take a lot of work. And I don't think I want to do that. So I was thinking I could just paint it. So if I paint in fully grown grass in those areas, then I don't have to do that. All right, let's turn the seat thing off. Oops. And so what I can do here is we can come in here, go here, go to construction. Decoration, no. Landscaping, plants, meadow short, grass middle. And so I can come in here and I can just paint in the same length grass as this growing, and now next time I mow it, it'll be my own field. But I'm gonna do it with grass tall so that we can just get this whole thing all at once and do it all at once. Bruce is gaming. Welcome in, sir. Oh, you have a new logo, Bruce. Welcome in. Oh. The whole reason we're down here is to check our silage clamp to see if it's ready. And is it ready? Why is it not telling me? Oh. Do I have to have this open? There it is. 92%. It's not ready. Rawr. It's almost ready. I think 92% means it'll be done later today, right? I think that's what it means. I'll park this here. Hopefully I won't lose it. Well, while we wait for that to be done, we can go move some lime. We haven't done that in a while. Let's go sell some lime. Sunflowers are ready for harvest too. We don't have a harvester yet, so we can't do any of those contracts. I'm hanging in there, Bruce. Hanging in there, sir. How is Bruce tonight? We just finished up a plowing contract at 100 horsepower. It was amazing. Ask anyone. It's been wonderful. But we did make $18,000, so that's something. You're messing around in FS19? Okay. I can't wait till I'm saying I'm messing around in FS20 whatever. I don't know if that's gonna happen this year. Might. Be a good birthday present if they released FS20 whatever in December. Wouldn't that be a good birthday present? I think it would. Cherry pie and ice cream? I'm not a big fan of cherry pie. Apple cobbler is my jam. I'll take an apple cobbler over any fruit pie any day of the week. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, PCS. My birthday's in December too. And 3 years ago now, I celebrated my birthday with a birthday stream playing FS for the first time. I think I was on Twitch at the time, but I was playing FS on stream for my birthday like 3 years ago now. It was fun. Oh, did I get it? I did. This is like a lifetime supply of lime, but I don't want to, like, it's not that I don't want to use it, but it's so much work right now, and it's so slow that it's like too much energy. A chocolate pie. Ooh. I think I've had like a chocolate mousse pie, but a chocolate pie, I don't know what that is. I don't think I've ever seen the chocolate pie. Yeah, so usually usually they get released like sometime around Thanksgiving. Or the past, like all I know is FS22. But FS22 is released in November. It was released like the 20-something, like 21st of November or 23rd of November, something like that. I forget. And I happen to be... I bought it as a birthday present to myself. And my birthday is the first week of December. Bruce, this is nothing like you were doing on stream today with your front end loader. And like your bucket, which is like what? No! Damn it. Your front end loader had the bucket that was like 128,000 liters or something. Yeah, this is 1,000 liters at a time. Mainly because I can't actually... I don't think this thing would... Even if it was like a 2,000 liter one, I don't think it would be able to pick it up. No talking and operating the loader at the same time. Yeah, I'm talking and trying to read chat and operating a loader all at the same time. It's a recipe for disaster. Speaking of, where's my trailer HUD fill thing? Trailer HUD, 5 seconds, save. I don't know if that thing's full yet. It might be. $7.50. All right, I'm gonna have just enough time to drive across the map and deliver this. Oh, look at that. Almost 90, almost 100%. Bet you this is the rest of that 100%. If it isn't, I'm not going to bother trying to fill it up. Nice. And I even poured some on the ground. Good job, Josh. I will figure this thing out eventually. But not today. I think I did better than usual, though. I don't know. What do you guys think? Did I do better than usual with the loader? The joystick helps a lot, honestly. Trying to do a loader accurately with a keyboard is just painstaking. All right, now to go through the pain of driving across the map. We'll probably split this episode up and I'll just come back in the same day for one reason and one reason alone. My goal is to buy this farm over on my right, but if you look, all of the fields have sunflowers and they're ready to harvest. So if I can sell enough silage today to buy that farm and then also buy a harvester, then we can harvest some sunflowers. Which to me sounds like a good idea. But that's a lot of money, and I don't know if I'm going to sell the silage and make enough money. I don't know. So we have to figure that out. So it would suck if I bought that property and couldn't do anything with that crop. But that may happen. So we'll see. But for now, I'm just going to mosey on across the map. I'm going to go back into inside the tractor mode because it's quieter. Not. And make my way across the map. And there is a very good shortcut, but you have to make a new road. So next time I'll make the new road. CBW, welcome in, sir. Thanks for being here. Thanks for jumping in. We're actually almost done with our live stream tonight. Unfortunately, it's closing time for me. But we're doing really awesome. We are on Sino, and we need to buy... Where is it? Because I have a lot of waiting time to while I drive up this hill. Farmland, 26. So I have a 6% discount on this field, which isn't a very good discount, but it's a discount. Now to come up with $211,000. And I only have 133, and not only have to come up with $211,000, but I would have to come up with enough money to buy a harvester with a corn header and to be able to harvest all of those sunflowers. If I really want to take advantage of that crop. I don't think I can do it. Because my silage isn't going to be ready until it's dark. I think it's a losing situation, but we'll see. So what I'm trying to do right now, as you guys can see, is I'm trying to go up this hill with a full load of lime. To drive all the way to the other side of the map to sell the lime at the concrete plant for like 10 grand. It does. You're right, Ken. It totally does. It needs a ski lift pull rope. Exactly. Ugh. The back road across the map doesn't require a ski lift pull rope. But I'm not letting myself use that back road until I own the land. At least the land that abuts it. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Up over the hill. Yes, we made it. And we're going to run out of gas soon. And we're back on the road. That was fun, right? Here's the wood sell point. We haven't even gotten into wood at all. I don't even think I own a chainsaw or a bow saw or anything. We don't really have trees we can cut down yet. I think we have a few, but not many. The road is definitely more fun the other way. But it's one of those things, like it's going to be rare to go back to the farm with a full load. it's more likely that because of the lime mine there, it's more likely that I'm going to be leaving the farm with a full load of lime or rocks or precious metals when we install the precious metal production. Well, right now we're always going up that hill with a full load, and this isn't even a full load. It's like 10,000 liters, but it says our total weight is 23 tons. So if we can make it through the year to the next season, which I think is what, February on this map? When's the start of the year? February. We have to make it through a whole year, so we should just get on with our year and maybe not try to rush things. I don't know. I don't know. Why am I going so slow? Come on. This is not a hill. I mean, it is kind of. There goes the cops. All right, here we go. We're getting moving along now at a whole 26 miles an hour. Yeah. Honestly, you know, and again, that hill is not a complaint. I love that hill. It adds a whole level of challenge to this map because it makes me not want to just sell that every single bit of that lime to be able to progress. That's why I only do it every once in a while. Because I could easily just sell everything, sell all that lime, sell all the stone, even though I'm not making too much from it. But right now I don't want to because it would take too freaking long. And I'm trying to, you know, go against the grain of the way I normally play, and I'm trying to play like somewhat legitimate, and it's killing me. Yeah, Ken, the precious metal stuff, it's a nice extra production step. It works best on a map like this, or like one of Poor Boy's maps that have stones that you can dig up with a front end loader or a scoop or an auger or whatever. It works best on a map that has that because stones as a fill type is required to do all of the production steps. So it's the first step in the process, and it's a multi-step process. So the first step is like a stone wash plant. The second step is like a precious gems thing, and you have to either use the distribution setting or the or deliver the stones between the plants. And some of them require, I think, diesel. Some of them require water. I'll look at it in just a second after I drive around this mine. But this mine here also has a lot of stuff to scoop, like stones right here. These are all stones. And then this is gravel. I think this one's called gravel. And then there's not lime, but limestone here somewhere. And that all goes into the concrete production at the bottom. Look how perfectly that concrete production fits into this map. It's as if someone spent time editing the map to make it actually fit. Almost, right? Oh, and then around here also. Let's drive over here quick. And this is also limestone, I think. Lots of scoopable material for our fun. So we'll get into this concrete production once we buy the land. And that's sand there in the corner. So see the sand thing? It's spilled. There used to be 2 silos and one of them broke. So there's a big pile of sand on the ground. I did all this. I put all of this rock stuff on here. It took hours. It really took hours. Oh, by the way, I did figure out that this trailer does tip. Maybe not. There is a... Oh, there it is, you. See, it does tip. I thought it tipped. Yeah, see, it tips. But it doesn't actually tip, it just opens the back door instead of the grain doors. I finally figured out how to use this trailer. And if you look from the top, you see those holes? Those square holes are the grain doors that open when you tip via the grain door, right? That's pretty cool. So anyways, precious metal production. We were talking about that. Ken was asking about that. So precious metal production is here. And you need... It starts with something kind of expensive. No. Where is it? This one. It starts with this one. The stone wash plant. And the stone wash plant costs $145,000 to get into. Right? And it inputs stone and water, and it outputs pay dirt. And then you need this one, which is 175 grand. Actually, no, you can, if you don't have a stone quarry on your map, you can use this and it just produces stone. And then you also have, no, that's the concrete production. That's the one we're looking at. This one right here. This is the refinery. This takes in the pay dirt, diesel, and water, and then produces your gems. And then if you really want to make your gems worth more, you take it to this thing and it produces gold bars, precious metal, precious gems, and takes gold bars, silver, and precious gems and makes stuff. One of which is silverware, which doesn't make sense to me, whatever. It's very expensive to get into, but it's a fun way to use stones. And so I was thinking on the grass field that we are just mowing and stuff, once we have enough money, we'll start going down that road of the precious metal thing, because it's a good thing to use that land for. So we won't have that as a grass field forever. Or maybe we cut down the forest and put all the precious gems in the forest part of the land we own, and just continue using the grass for grass field. All right, so we're at time. I'm actually a little bit over time, but I want to ask everyone a question. All right, so once the stream is over, you can either answer now or answer later in the comments, whichever you like. We can't get to 200, so let's look at it. We're only in May. February is the middle of the year, so until the next February rolls around, that's when we get 200 horsepower. So for the rest of the year and into next year, we're not going to have 200 horsepower. And so we're going to have to stick with this 100 or 125 horsepower limitation. The reason I ask is there's a ton of harvest contracts. If you look right now, there's lots of harvest contracts, and some of them are really big fields. But like this one is soybeans. It's just a big soybean field. And this is a big sunflower field, a soybean, carrot, sunflower, like corn, sunflowers, soybeans. We could do all of those with a regular harvester. So my question is, do we continue fighting to get enough money to buy the main farm right now? Or should we get a smaller 100-ish horsepower harvester to be able to do some of those harvest contracts. And obviously those harvest contracts have to be done in the month of May because they're in the month of May, but we have enough money to go and buy a harvester if we wanted to. If we look at the harvesters real quick, we could buy one of these harvesters. We could buy one of the 2 Massey Ferguson ones. And if anyone else knows of a 125 horsepower harvester, we can potentially buy a harvester. But we can only use a 125 horsepower harvester, and our grain trailer, which is this one, only holds 10,000 liters. So it's going to be a lot of carting and a lot of carting back and forth to the sell point and harvesting very big fields with probably a 6-meter header. So if you guys think that's a good idea, or should we just stick with silage and buy the next piece of property? So your vote, let me know, and I'll put up a poll right here at the end. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Harvest. By main form. Okay, so I'm adding a poll. Go into the poll. You guys can go in the poll. And I'm going to leave that poll up for a little while I leave the stream open while I try to drive back to the main farm. I could go and sell some more lime, but, you know, that'll take some time. Maybe I'll do that off the stream. I could buy a small auger wagon. I could. But the trick, so the Rusty, the reason that I'm asking about I could buy a bigger trailer that I could potentially pull with this 100 horsepower tractor. But again, I'm limited to 100 horsepower, so, or 125 horsepower, so a grain wagon that's much bigger than this isn't really logical at that horsepower rating. So I'd still be limited in that. So I could get a horsepower harvester. I could get another grain trailer, whatever. But those contracts would take a long time to do. I'm happy to do them either on stream or off stream. It's up to you guys. It doesn't matter to me. But like this field right here of soybeans is probably one of the contracts. What field is that? Let's look real quick. That's field 8. And field 8, $32,000 for that contract. That field right there, 32 grand. Not really worth it in my mind, but if you guys think it's a good idea, I'll do it. Personally, I'd much rather wait to get a harvester in the 150 to 200 horsepower range, which can take a much bigger header, so it wouldn't take as much time. So yeah, Ken is right. There is another gleaner, and I believe I have that gleaner on one of my save game folders, and I can go find it. And it's only 125 horsepower or something like that. It does take a little bit of a bigger header than that Massey Ferguson. But again, what do you guys think? Let me know. I think the voting, even though not too many people are, whoops. We only got 3 votes, so, but it looks like 100% of harvest contracts, so maybe I'll look at and see if there's at least one more 100 horsepower harvester in there, and we'll go from there. But while I drive back to the farm, I'm going to say thank you to everyone for being here. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. If I had that little end screen thing on my live stream, which I probably could do actually, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. This series is coming along, and I'm really sorry that I haven't gotten the mod side of it to track some of those extra statistics yet. I'm working very hard to get that side of the mod done, so this series makes a lot more sense. And I see someone new in the chat, Gamer Shanny. Welcome in. And I think that's a great point. So hitting the ground running with a really great comment, gamer Shaney. Shaney or Shani, sorry if I'm not saying that right. But yeah, if I could buy a harvester and I could buy that I could take that $32,000 contract, buy a harvester, complete the contract, and make back all of the money I spent on the harvester. Totally. It would take a long time, but I could do it. It might not be fun to watch, but I could do it. So that's a very good point. So thank you very much. But for now, I'm going to drive back to my lime mine, and I'm going to go eat some dinner. So I'm hungry. But I'll catch everyone next week. Hopefully we'll have some more updates. Hopefully I'll get some more time to work on the mod. And we'll catch everyone next time. And I'm going to end that poll. So thank you very much. I did get 4 votes. Thank you everyone for voting. And if you want to chime in on that vote in the chat, after the stream ends, feel free to respond to the poll after the stream ends as well in the chat or in the comments. But thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Oh, Aurelian, thanks for dropping in. Bye-bye.